Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. Today I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 replay cast. Should be a good one here, as it's a Korean matchup here, as we've actually got a Protoss versus Zerg on the map Abyssal Reef. So a map that's been out a while, but it should be a pretty interesting one regardless, as we've got the sort of re-rising sOs, the Korean Protoss player playing for Jin Air, and his opponent spawning up on the top left-hand side of the map. It is Dark. So the reason why I think this is going to be a good matchup is that Dark is a Zerg player who's been solid for the majority of sort of the recent times when a lot of players have sort of been rising and falling. Dark's been pretty consistent. So being at a very high level pretty much throughout all of 2016 into 2017 as well. Whereas sOs, he's sort of certainly has maybe a few more ups and downs than normal players, but it seems at the current moment he's playing very well. He's looking to go very strong going on into 2018, so it should be a good match here. Looks to be pretty standard stuff. I mean, sOs sort of being a bit mischievous forces Dark to go for that earlier spawning pool by the looks of it. Or maybe that's just what Dark was looking for, but sOs is doing a good job delaying this hatchery even longer than Dark wants, going for a pylon block too. Dark maybe should have anticipated that a little bit and sort of pre-moved the drone, but his expansion will be delayed by a significant amount. He did have to expand to the base that you don't want to take. And it looks like sOs is actually just going to go for the fast nexus, which I think is just a great decision here. He'll complete the wall up with the cybernetics core, and I think from there he'll be in a good macro position. I mean, he scouted the early pool, so he knows that there's going to be those lings coming out, and Dark gonna have that later expansion, so his economy really won't be a solid foundation for him to play this game out, so we'll have to see how it goes here. This game sort of got started off relatively quick, but we've got the lings moving, or a ling moving out for Dark. He knows that he's not going to get any damage done regardless of pretty much however many lings he makes, so really he's just got the first two. He's going to use them for map control, for scouting. He moves in with the Overlord here, sees sOs working on this wall, getting up a Stargate as well. He scouts that, but sOs is one of the players which he goes for a lot of cheeky things all the time, so we'll have to see how Dark's able to react to this, or whether he'll overreact or something like that. sOs, though, just seems to be content to macro, whereas Dark gonna be in a bit of a rough spot with the macro. His base is just finishing up pretty much at the same time as sOs's, so Zergs usually have it a little bit quicker than the Protoss, and now Dark's also got that longer drone transfer time for his workers as well. Not sure what that queen was doing there. So we've got sOs making an Oracle, chrono boosting that out as well, so gonna try and get that out as quick as he can here. Oracles, they were nerfed a little bit, but not so much that it actually affects the PvZ matchup to a large extent. PvZ is still a matchup in which they're still very useful. sOs also getting up a shield battery here. Got those two adepts as well, so he's gonna have a good wall up. As long as he's something there shouldn't be any run-bys for Dark that get in. That's actually a sort of neat thing. If sOs just, say, parks a probe there instead of the usual zealot or something like that, the shield battery will actually make it so that the lings can't really kill it, so that's interesting, having the shield battery right there. We've now got the Oracle moving in for sOs. We'll see what he can get done. Sees some lings there. Not going to go for them. Sees a fair few lings popping out of Dark there, but nothing absurd. He's got 10 lings out on the map at the moment. Sees the natural base coming out there, and we've got the lings for Dark. They're sort of running by, maybe wanting to catch a glimpse of that Oracle, or just checking out for proxies, things like that. I mean, there's already the Stargate tech for sOs also making a Phoenix as well to shut down any scouting. Dark, though, anticipating this, has moved all his overlords pretty much as far away as they can be. One is moving out across the map, so we'll see if sOs can get any kills with that. But for now, really, he just wants the map control. And okay, so this is how sOs is actually going to play it out here. He's getting a second Stargate right now. So he's actually got more Stargates than Warp Gates at the moment, so he's going to be going mass air by the looks of it. We'll see what sort of style he goes. Mass Oracles, it's not as strong as it used to be, but I mean, it's still a very strong style. sOs is a player who can always find something to do with units here. Roach Warren on the way for Dark, so maybe maybe a little worried that something like an Adept Timing could be come up. SOS has done a fantastic job denying scouting. The third isn't very late for SOS here, but Dark's maybe a little bit paranoid here, so he's making the Roach one. He's getting +1 melee, but ultimately neither of these things are going to help him deal with mass oracles, which is on the cards for SOS. I'll have to forgive that noise there. PC troubles and whatnot. So we've got 3 Overlords on the way for Dark, so he's just macroing up, it looks like. I mean, he's getting up to 4 bases. His drone count's still relatively low. SOS isn't on a fantastic economy either, but he's going to be gearing up to deal a lot of damage right now. I believe Dark has scouted this. Yes, he's seen both Stargate, so he's aware that this is coming with the Oracles. They're already here. They're simply going to right-click on the Spore from the looks of it. And now the drones are forced to retreat. Another Spore is coming out, but I mean, will be picked off. There actually is 4 Queens here. That's enough to push the Oracles back, so no drones really went down there from the looks of things, and it was just the 2 Spores that were killed, so good defense there from Dark. Sort of being caught a little bit unprepared there, but he made work with all of these Queens he has, and that was basically every single Queen he had pulled into a battle there. They've all got a good amount of energy too, so 4 Queens is enough to push back the Oracles for now. We see SOS actually is transitioning here. He's actually not going to be committing anymore, and maybe hoping to force an overreaction out of Dark, but right now he's going for a 4th base. Dark maybe saw the probe moving out to do that, but he has not actually confirmed the 4th base. And that's a pretty fast 4th base, as SOS is really just getting up his 3rd at the moment, but he's trying to get ahead, trying to keep his sort of early game advantage going. I mean, the Oracles got shut down pretty hard, but he's trying to capitalize on something else. His tech, though, is a little bit behind as a result of this Stargate commitment. He's getting Blink +1, getting a Robo up at the moment, but really this will be later tech. Dark actually going for a Baneling run by there. I mean, one of the Banelings will connect, but good defense there. Good wall by SOS, keeping this safe. The 4th base is under fire right now, though there's actually no shield battery at this base, so the 4th base will be cancelled. The 3rd base may come under fire next. This is a large amount of Lings. They can't get into the main base there, as that shield battery and Zealot are going to hold the door basically indefinitely there. The Lings are going to try and get on top of this, but this is a very good defensive position here. Dark really can't commit too much, and both players are actually floating a lot of resources right now. We've got these Oracles who are going to activate their pulsar beams, clean up the majority of the Lings. The Banelings that were going to go in are just going to get picked off. Actually, Burrow for Dark there, and the Oracles have no energy, and SOS had actually just finished up his Robo, and Dark making use of that Burrow that he got, actually blocking the 4th base as well, so an Observer will need to come out, needs to be Chrono boosted out as well. SOS is getting up a lot more tech. Meanwhile, the SO has bought Dark time to tech. He's getting up a Hydra Den, Infestation Pit, +1 melee on the way, so he is going to be playing this heavy ground Ling-based style from the seam of things, and the Hydras will likely just support. But Dark sort of bought himself some breathing room at the moment. He's up to 4 bases, so he's happy in that regard. He delayed SOS's 3rd base, so otherwise SOS would be sitting very comfortable. Now, not as comfortable as he could be. SOS getting up a Dark Shrine, getting up a War Prism as well, so you can only imagine what that is going to result in. Maybe trying to snipe some bases that are unprepared there. However, there is 2 Spores at pretty much every base, it looks like, so not sure how much these DTs will get done, but then the Dark Shrine can also be for Archons, as SOS is committing to heavy ground. He's also looking to maybe move out. This is a very bold move out here. This is a Zerg who's hitting his macro stride, so he's going to be able to produce a lot of units to deal with this very quickly. This could just be sort of a fake move out here, pardon me. This fake move out. I don't really think there's too much that SOS can get done. I mean, yeah, he's got +1, he's got Blink, but this is a Zerg on creep with Ravagers, Banelings, and Hydras, so I'm really doubting how much SOS can actually get done here with this attack, but I mean, he has made crazier things happen, so we've got a lot of Stasis Wards going up for SOS right now, making sure that these Oracles aren't just dead supply here. We see a few Banelings rolling forward. Corrosive Pile's going down on the force field, so Dark is trying to break through here. Activates one of the Stasis Wards there, but there is more. The Stasis Wards do time out now, but I mean, it takes him quite a while still. Great force fields by SOS there, locking his army in. However, a few Banelings roll forward and connect on some of the stalkers there. That's a lot of casualties. However, Dark's army is thinning out right now. He's got 40 Lings on the way. He's got the Queens up in the front still. A few of these Lings are going to pop out of the Stasis Ward, and now is the time where Dark is going to take the fight. An aggressive blink there by SOS, getting on top of his army. Throws belts are going to force the Stalkers back a little bit. A few drones pulled there. The Lings now do have +2, so they will work on his army harder, but it seems that SOS is trying to make this work. He's doing a good job. He still has the Warp Prism, but a lot of the bulk in this army is gone. The Stasis Wards that he was retreating back to are gone, and it seems Dark is held with minimal losses there. Had to pull drones for a minute, but that's about it. Had to invest in a lot of these defensive units, but he's still taking away. He's actually getting a centrifugal hooks. Pardon me, that's not what it's called. You'll have to forgive me, I can't actually remember the name of that upgrade. That is a rookie move there. Personally, I play Terran, so it's the one that makes the Lings attack faster. I know that. I'm actually going to have to look this up. This causes me pain not being able to remember that. Right now we've got Dark still sitting defensively as SOS is poking with these Stalkers, using their high mobility, and now going for a massive Zealot Warp in. Protoss players have been making this mass gateway style work to the best of their abilities, but this is a little ambitious. Zealots versus Banelings, but there's actually no Banelings right now, and maybe SOS is reading into that Dark isn't going to invest in more Banelings, and Zealots with with Stalkers supporting them from behind may be able to break Dark here, but SOS is pretty ballsy here, continuing to push in. These Lings are about to get a massive boost as their attack speed is increased here. We've got 2 Colossus now on the way for SOS, so he is just buying time by the looks of it, but he's committed quite a bit to this attack. He will have the Colossus back at home to help him defend. However, the Zerg sort of late game tech is scarier, as SOS is just investing in this ground army. 12 Zealots on the way now. I'm not even sure where those are being warped in here. Back at home, it looks like, yes. Gonna try and defend this base. The Lings getting on top of this, picking up, saving one of the Zealots there. The Lings are trying to get on top of these Zealots, and they certainly do outgun them with their upgrades here. However, there is enough Zealots to push this back. The one Baneling goes off, but a lot more Lings, and it's actually a complete attack from Dark here. He's moving across the map, wants to cancel or kill this 5th base here. One Colossus pops out, however, it doesn't have Thermal Lance yet, so its sort of usage is going to be limited. And right now we're seeing SOS streaming forward slowly into this army. He's got a good amount of Stalkers here, however, this is a lot of DPS from the Zerg. The Stalkers are being whittled down, but it looks like that SOS may have had enough to hold on here. Right now we've got the Stalkers getting on top of all those units there and cleaning them up. The 2 Colossus are out. The Colossus have been scouted now, but we've actually seen Dark transitioning for himself. He's getting into Vipers, very useful versus Colossus, but more importantly, he's getting into Ultralisk, and these are going to be pretty strong Ultralisk right now. They're getting chitinous plating, however, there is not really much other armor upgrades for them. They will be +3 here. They can crush force fields with the Lings. This army may sort of just be overrun here by the Zerg player. This will be a very high DPS, very rapid attacking Zerg army. Actually getting on top of a Colossus with Lings. Not every day that happens, however, it is happening right now, and we're seeing SOS was going for a move out. He's made a lot of Archons here. Dark is trying to get on top of his army. That may be a bit of an overcommitment there, as these Ultralisks do need some sort of support right now. However, the counterattack has been dealing massive damage. There even gets one of the Robos there. This Nexus was cancelled the first time. We'll see if another cancel can go off in it again. It seems that SOS is forced to retreat once again. Ultralisks are running in, but they do need to retreat. They're sort of caught there by these Archons. So a bit of army supply just dying off there for Dark. However, he has done a bit of damage to SOS, keeping him uneasy here, even though it's not necessarily definitive wins. He's doing work with these run-bys. He may just sort of charge up this ramp right now, or right-click on this Nexus here. 3 Ultras is a big investment, though, to cancel this Nexus. He may, it looks like he certainly will actually get this Nexus here. Cancelled once again, so SOS, the clock for that Nexus is reset, and his economy isn't fantastic anymore. His natural base is pretty much mined out, and so is his main, and then his 3rd base starting to mine out as well. He really could actually do a probe transfer there, as he has lost some, but for now, he's mainly focused on this attack, and it could be a bit of a rough attack here. Right now, we've got the Ultralisks. All the army for the Zerg is collapsing in on top of this right now. We've got a good amount of Archons. We've got the Colossus here. However, they're not too effective versus mass Ultralisks right now. There's so many Lings with such high damage. They're getting on top of this army. Banelings rolling forward. It looks like they're going to clean up the majority of these forces. A lot of weak Ultralisks here. Actually, all 3 weak Ultralisks get picked off, so it seems that SOS may have cleaned up this army for now. 2 more Ultralisks are joining the front right now, though. We're actually seeing a DT or 2 warped in. There is no Overseers at the moment. There's a few Immortals now as well, so Dark may just be getting broke here. This is sOs making the much smaller supply work here. Dark is producing as much as he can. He's trying to buy time, and that's what he needs right now. However, sOs is making miracles happen with this army here. We've got a few more Ultralisks coming out. However, they ultimately haven't done too much versus the army of sOs. And sOs has got 5 DTs from the looks of things right now. 2 Overseers have been morphed in by Dark, so he is aware of this. However, he lost a base. He's lost 15 drones right now, so both players are actually equal on bases. He's getting counterattack damage done. These Lings are wrecking through these probes now, but it really matters if Dark can hold on or not. We're seeing some Lings rally forward. However, there's simply not enough supply for Dark. sOs may simply win this by killing off all that Dark has to offer. Dark seemingly took an engagement without all of his army there once again, so having a bit of a rough time slaughtering all the probes over at sOs's base, but really he needs to hold on right now. Banelings are rolling forward, getting on top of the Colossus, but Banelings are not the best versus Colossus. Fantastic Warp Prism micros, there's nothing to shoot it down. There's even the DTs still here, and all the Overseers were picked off, so it seems that sOs may just have broken Dark here. He's only on 3 bases, so he doesn't really have too much of an economy. Both players are incredibly low on supply. Well, they're tied on supply. They're both very low, but sOs sort of has been taking the more favorable trades right now, so Dark is in trouble. A massive Ling run by can go down here. However, there's DTs to clean it up, so these Lings' potential has sort of been lowered here. Dark's still on 60 drones right now, so he will be able to long distance mine, but sOs really has the extra base, and that's what's most important right now. Dark trying to make anything he can happen, but he's losing critical Lings as every unit matters in a situation like this. He's getting a few probes, yes, but sOs still seemingly going to have the better economy for the time being now. Those Lings are going to get cleaned up. We're going to see what sOs decides to do. Doing fantastic Warp Prism Colossus Micro right now, keeping it alive there, starting to work away on these Lings, and this is absolutely fantastic, just abusing this Warp Prism right now to the best of his potential, working away on drones, shutting down the already injured economy of Dark here. sOs just having fun at this point. This Colossus is still alive right now. sOs, though, seemingly busy doing everything else. He's got 4 Archons incoming, and Dark has such a small army at the moment. He's got 3 more Ultralisks on the way. However, with this Warp Prism and good control, I think sOs may be able to take a fight. He hasn't had problem dispatching the Ultralisks yet, really. Both players have gotten a defensive upgrade. sOs now with the +1 shields, Dark with the +1 armor for his units. But I'm not sure if that's going to make the difference here. We're seeing an engagement for sOs. He's just going in. Dark is forced to retreat, and he really can't afford to lose this base once again. He's already taken a massive blow to his economy. Baneling's connecting, actually killing off so many of the Zealots there, but there's really nothing else for this army. There's 2 more Ultralisks have just popped out, so Dark's going to have to go for it, but there's really no support for this army, and the hatchery is going to go down regardless now, so sOs is just going to get further and further ahead, and I think he's going to run away with this game. Dark in trouble here. 5 Ultralisks may be enough to clean this up, but I am having my doubts as sOs has taken fantastic fights so far this game. I'm not sure Dark's going to be able to make it happen. These Ultralisks are fighting up a ramp. They're going to slaughter the Zealots, yes, but it seems that everything else is just raining down on top of them. 2 Ultras left, soon to be 1 and none as GG gets called. sOs takes the game versus Dark. That was a fantastic Korean PvZ there. That was a all over the board PvZ. There was nothing standard about that game, and that is what I'm loving about Starcraft at the moment. So if you guys enjoyed this game, I actually have to check one thing. What was the name of that upgrade there? You'll have to forgive me as we'll find the answer together. The upgrade for adrenal glands. Okay, yeah, a good thing we figured that out. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the video.